John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born May 29, 1917. He was the 35th President of the United States.
He enrolled at Harvard College and was a football player, swimmer, and golfer.
He volunteered for the United States Army in 1941, but was rejected due to chronic back problems.
He was later accepted into the United States Navy as a supplier of information to the Secretary of Navy, and it was while he was in that position that the attack on Pearl Harbor occurred. He received many World War II decorations, including the Purple Heart, the American Defensive Service Medal, the American Campaign Medal, the Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, 3 Bronze Service Stars, and a World War II Victory Medal.
He married Jackie on September 12, 1953. They later had 2 children, Caroline and John.
Throughout his life, JFK had several spinal operations, many of which he nearly died in. He also won the Pulitzer Prize for his biography, Profiles in Courage.
JFK had one major goal throughout his presidency. When Yuri Gagarin became the first man to be in space, the United States was greatly embarrassed that they had not had the first man in space, so Kennedy aimed for the first man on the moon.
John F. Kennedy became eager for the United States to take the lead in the space race. He announced his goal for landing a man on the moon on May 25, 1961.
He later made his "We Choose to Go to the Moon" speech at Rice University on September 12, 1962.
The closing influential words of JFK's speech were, "Many years ago, the great British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why did he want to climb it. He said, because it is there.
Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it, and the moon and the planets are there, and new hopes for knowledge and peace are there, and therefore, as we set sail, we ask God's blessing on the most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked."
And so, John F. Kennedy's dream to put a man on the moon became reality. Kennedy was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald on November 22, 1963, before he ever got to see his dream fulfilled.
His goal was achieved 6 years later on July 20, 1969, when the Apollo 2 commander Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon.